Hey, what's up, everybody? We are live here in heart of the city, SD. And I hope the background noise isn't bothering you too much. It'll be for a very short time. We got somebody doing some work out there, but I think we'll be fine. So I have here with me Marcus David is my guest today, you guys. And before I start, I kind of want to, do like a little background a little bit. I kind of got started doing these lives, right? Had quite a bit of viewers popping in, and we got guests like Marissa Ugarte, who is a human trafficking awareness advocate here in San Diego, one of the largest or first people who really took a step to rescue women from across the border, back and forth. And actually, it's not just women, but it's both men and women. So when I took this journey, I wanted to have valuable impartation to you guys, stuff that is usable, stuff that brings wisdom, stuff that is applicable and needed. So today I brought on a guest, Marcus David, who works in the industry where you actually do a lot of stuff, don't you?
I do a lot of things, but my main thing right now is helping people with resumes and really kind of breaking through to figure out what they have to do to get their dream jobs.
Awesome. Wow. So let me read your bio here a little bit, okay?
Sure.
Can you guys hear us? If you guys can hear us good and you're in there, say something, just say hello or something like that. Give us a quick hello, a shout out or something. But I want to read Marcus's bio because it's really important. And it says here, Marcus David is a co-founder and career strategist with Upgrowth Solutions. After being in human resources for over 10 years, which that's a long time.
Yeah.
He and his team decided to start Upgrowth Solutions as a necessary passion project. He saw so many people failing to navigate their way in the job market, and it wasn't because they weren't qualified. It was because people didn't know what they were and weren't doing right. Well, that's a good one there. In his journey, he's been able to help hundreds of people get the right job. You hear that, guys? Hi, I can see you guys there. Right now, he can help you get a job right now. Having worked in every industry you could possibly think of, his team has had success in getting people their dream jobs at Apple, Bluebeam, Facebook, the Home Shopping Network, High Times Magazine, National Geographic? Wow. To name just a few. We've also helped many people start their businesses because we believe if you can't find a right job, create one. That is big.
It is.
That is big.
Yeah, it's been an amazing journey.
Yeah.
Just being able to help these people take that weight off their shoulders, at least be in some way really contribute to that.
Right.
It's really fulfilling work.
Yeah. That's awesome. So here's what I want to ask you though, Marcus. With all of this stuff that you got going on, that's a lot of vision, that's a lot of working with a lot of people.
Right.
So where did it all start though? Like where does all that passion come from? Like, tell us a little bit maybe about your upbringing, where you come from,
sure.
Things like that.
Sure. I mean, my parents are both immigrants, so I'm really one of the first generation Americans.
Wow.
For my family anyways.
Yeah.
And having a job for them was everything. You
Yeah.
know, it was paycheck to paycheck. I was born in Oakland. I was raised in Richmond, so the Bay Area is where I'm originally from.
Okay.
So it's very competitive, but it's an amazing culture out there. So
Is it?
you know, for me, growing up there was super rewarding, very humbling experience. You know, so to be down here in San Diego was amazing. But yeah, you know, it was just rough. Kind of grew up in rough neighborhoods and paycheck to paycheck. So for me, having gone through that job struggle and everything has always been kind of near and dear. You know, being one paycheck away, having a job or an outlet or an option is
Yeah.
really important at all times. So
Yeah.
you know, that's kind of always stuck with me. But my
So
dad was an
when
entrepreneur.
your dad was an entrepreneur, that's awesome. So like you said that you grew up in rough neighborhoods.
Yes.
Wow. So okay, when somebody grows up in a rough, I grew up in a rough neighborhood from Southeast San Diego,
Mm-hmm.
Skyline.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So you know, when you grow up like that, there's a lot of bullying and things like that happens. You know, sometimes maybe I was a bully at times. Other people were bullies to me, right? But that gives you a little bit of thick skin, you think?
Oh, absolutely. You know, but even more so, I feel like that kind of pressure really allows you to learn how to deal with people. You
Yeah.
learn people,
You
how
learn
people
people.
react, what they want to hear, what they don't want to hear, what to say, what not to
Totally
say.
get
You know,
that,
that
yeah.
kind of pressure really, you can't really be taught. You know, you get
No.
thrown into it, and how do you react? You
Yeah.
know? Book smarts and street smarts really are totally different things. But, you know, in that sense, IQ versus EQ really comes into play. You know, really comes into
Yeah.
play growing up like this.
Yeah, yeah. So, and now, you know, you talked a lot about, you know, you're growing up and it being, you know, tough. Growing up, you get this kind of thick skin. You learn people is one of the things that you said, and your body language changed a little bit there. There was this kind of like, you know, like it was rough when you were trying. You had to learn people because somebody was going to come after you, probably.
Right.
So there's that look on your face, like, yeah, I have to learn people. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what you were feeling when you were saying that.
Ooh, I've had a couple experiences back home where, you know, you have to really, under pressure, figure out this situation, the right things to do, or it's not going to end well, you know, and that
Yeah.
could be a big experience or a small experience. You know, I saw someone get carjacked in front of me picking up my brother from BART, and, you know, that was a stop sign. So I was right behind that person. I could have been next. What if there is somebody? Now I have to deal with this. I'm just trying to pick up my brother from BART, you know, like this, you know, and it's just things like
Totally
that
get
where you
that.
always have to kind of be looking over your shoulder. Like, I love people, but,
Yeah.
you know, you can't trust them all, you know, you can't
Yeah.
help everyone.
Yeah.
And, you know, I learned that growing up as well. You know, a lot of my friends are kind of in and out of the system. And for me, you know, to be able to make it out of the Bay Area with no record, nothing like that, you know, and
Yeah.
still be, you know, around everything, to be a product of your own environment, as you can say, you know, I
Yeah.
am lucky that I wasn't.
One of the things you said was you had to think under pressure. Like when something serious like that is going down, you got to know, like you can, you know, somebody who hasn't been grown up in a rough neighborhood like that, they don't probably they can't resonate with that, right?
Yeah.
Because they've been surrounded by the safety net. But somebody who's grown up in this kind of environment where you got to think quick to know what to do in an unsafe situation. That I can see how that can roll over into business and help you out a little bit there too.
Yeah, you know, especially when I started to work for other companies as an employee, you know, you realize that these work pressures really aren't as bad as they could be. I mean, it's not like a life pressure that you have to go through
No.
under the gun, you know.
Yeah.
this is just kind of for your hourly pay, you know. So
Right.
I mean, it's kind of different circumstances, but it really
Yeah.
does condition you to deal with your issues a lot better.
Yeah.
Not that I recommend people should go through these things, but
Mhm.
having gone through them has really helped shape who I am today, how we run business, you know, how we really are able to deal with the pressures of, you know, trying to get out and do things, you know.
Yeah.
Never be complacent. I never wanted to stay in the Bay. As much as I love it, all my
Yeah.
family's there, all my friends are there.
Yeah.
You know, me and my fiance wanted to get out. You know, there's more opportunities, there's more life to live, there's more places to see. The world's too small and life's too short. So,
Yeah.
you know, we kind of use that as a way to really inspire us to push with Upgrowth Solutions. We've been in business for 2 years now.
Yeah,
And we've
that's
really
great.
been able to, you know, just keep pushing in that business to where now we're able to support ourselves. It's paying for our wedding in Bali here in a couple of years.
Wow, in Bali.
You know, and it's just, who knew, you know, that this
Mhm.
business of just helping people would change everything. You
Yeah.
know, we just kind of changed our mindset from where are we going to be, how are we going to get there, to how many people can we help and how many resumes can we do this week, you know, or
Right, yeah.
how many can do in the month, you know. So
Yeah.
things, just changing that mindset was everything.
Wow, that's crazy.
Mhm.
Another thing that you said that I grasped as well is you said your dad was an entrepreneur
Mhm.
as well. Did you learn some things from watching your father be an entrepreneur? You're doing a lot. You're young and
Yeah.
you're doing a lot already.
You know, I guess my first job was when I was 9. I opened up that lemonade
Oh
stand,
my
made a couple $100 and it was amazing.
No way!
Yeah, you know, I was
Wow.
hooked from then. But, you know, tried to go to the powdered lemonade stuff. People stopped coming. You really learn a lesson, like, don't skimp on that quality. They'll never come back.
Oh my gosh,
You know,
that's good.
Business lessons from 9 years old, you know, but
Mhm.
worked for my dad's construction company. He started that, and I
Mhm.
watched him fail fast, and that's really how it should be, I guess. You know, I'd rather get all my failures out early and really kind of figure out how to move forward
Wow.
positively. But I watched him fail horribly, and, you know, it was a great learning lesson.
Yeah.
You know, I came back from college because, you know, he was really kind of just losing all his stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So I came back from college, decided to help out. We still lost the house, you know. What can you do?
Oh yeah.
So tough learning lessons, especially that's kind of when it really hit home. Like, if you're gonna do it, just do it right. Really do your research. Really kind of have all
Yeah.
your ducks in a row and cover yourself. So he did teach me indirectly how to do it the right way.
Yeah.
So I'm very
wow.
analytical, very cautious about everything.
Okay.
So he's really kind of shaped also how I do business as well.
Yeah, so you're that kind of person that you like to put all your ducks in a row, observe, make sure you got it down, you know, make sure you got your back taken care of and things like that, and then you just do it. You're a doer, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. You know, I'd rather fail fast, you know,
Yeah.
because if I could fail in the beginning, at least I know, don't do that. Do the
Yeah.
opposite. At least I know a little bit more concretely where I'm going to go, how I need to move. And that's exactly what we tell our clients, you know,
Yeah.
as a career strategist. Like, get ready for the rejection because it's going to happen. Or even worse, no
Yeah.
response. You
Yeah.
know, that's the one that
Yeah.
really gets people. So, yeah, just you got to be ready for the mental game.
Yeah.
It's big.
Wow, that's incredible. So you do Upgrowth Solution
Right.
is one of them,
Hmm.
and you're a co-owner in this, or you?
Yes. And my fiance's my other half. That's my boss.
Oh my goodness! Wow,
Hi, Raquel.
is that your fiance?
Yeah, that's
Hi,
my
Raquel. Hi, Elizabeth. I
Hi,
see you there.
Elizabeth. Yeah, you know, and we just started this because while I was working for the Home Shopping Network, I was recruiting for all the facilities around the country, filling their warehouses, their call centers, their customer service jobs, things like that.
Wow.
And these people were absolutely qualified. You know, it just
Yeah.
didn't show on the resume, which was unfortunate, you know.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how many of these people got auto rejected by the system because their resume wasn't on point. And for me, you know, as a
Interesting.
recruiter, we usually don't dig into that pile. But for me, you know, I just kind of looked at the resumes to see what they were, and there were just like gaps here and there. And I decided, that it seems like they have a grasp of the job, but let me just call them and give them an interview, even though their resume got rejected by the system. And
That's
let me
good.
really feel out their quality,
Yeah.
really invest in people. You can only get so much on paper, especially when you write your own type of resume. You are so biased. You get so in your head. You don't really include everything. You're just
Yeah.
really more like, should I put this on there? Should I not put this on there?
True. Yeah,
So-
I'm thinking about my own resume.
Exactly. It's the common thread. And that's where we come into plays with our team, is really tell you what's valid, tell you what it really is. Experience is experience, and you should
Yeah.
use it. But really don't downgrade yourself when you do your own resume. So
Wow.
that's the big thing for us. Yeah.
Awesome. So do you help people write up their resume, or do you get the information and do it for them? Is that what you do, or?
Yeah, absolutely. But what we do mostly is we really try and get people to help them do their own resumes.
Do their own resume, yeah.
Put the advice out there. We give free consultations just to give you an action plan on what you have to do to really get your resume to where it needs to be. To really get some results, really conform to today's ATS software, which a lot of
Yeah.
people don't know about. And just give that away for free. Take that advice and run with it. But
That's
if you
great.
really want us to do your resume, then we do have a writing team available, and we do help a lot of people that way as well. So
Wow.
if you wanted to go that route, we do have a month of unlimited revision. So people come back to us and they're like, you know what, I want an admin job and an admin resume. I want to go
Wow.
into entertainment, so let's do that.
Really? Into
Yeah.
entertainment as well?
Yeah, National Geographic and
Oh
all
my
those
God.
places.
That's
We
incredible.
have incredible writers,
Really?
and that's why we've been able to get people these jobs like Facebook and things like that. People don't realize you have to make 2 first impressions nowadays. You have to first impress the computer, or you're gonna get auto rejected, which is what you don't want. Usually, these are the people that get 0 phone calls.
Really?
Yeah.
See, people. People don't usually know that, like, at all.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to tell people is,
Yeah.
I'm trying to just make sure you know that you have to impress this computer first. The biggest mistake that I see in this industry is that people are sending one resume to every single job that they apply for. And the problem with that is the ATS software does a lot of keyword filtering. To see if you are, qualified or not qualified. Even we have keywords, there's more to it than just keywords to me, But really, that's the first step. If you can't make it past the computer, then you can't make it to the face-to-face, You
That's
can't even talk to the
interesting.
hiring manager in that sense. So that's what I really want people to do, is really just stop sending
Yeah.
one resume to everything,
Yeah.
because some of the words will be relevant, some of it won't be. Essentially, you're going to end up somewhere in the middle. But if
Yeah.
you can end up in the top, the top 30, 40%,
Yeah.
then you have a really great shot at really just talking to somebody, Once you get that meeting,
goodness.
we know in the
Yeah.
first 60 seconds if we want to hire you or not.
Yeah.
We're calling you because you're qualified. On paper, you're qualified. Now, I'm calling you in the first 60 seconds. Do I know if I want to call you in for an interview? Do I know, if I
my
want to hire you
gosh.
based on your answers here? So,
Yeah.
it's pretty interesting. A lot of the hiring process happens very quickly. You have 6 seconds to impress someone with a
someone?
resume,
Oh
and then
my
you have
gosh.
60 seconds, for the hiring manager to get that gut feeling like, I want to move forward with this person.
Yeah.
So, and it's very consistent,
Wow. So
'cause-
you're saying that. So you're saying that the computer picks up that you shouldn't send the same resume all out to this. Don't use the same resume all the time, because the computer is going to pick up those keywords, and maybe for another company it's going to reject it.
Absolutely. I could tell on my end who is a serial applicant. I can tell who's sending out resumes to every single person. This is the same resume that goes out to every job you apply for. Like, we can
gosh.
tell on the other end, which, isn't a ding against you, but,
Yeah.
it all has to be relevant if you want to make it past the computer. So, I advise that you cater your resume every single time. It's really about the quality over quantity today. You know, with the software that's out there, what it's doing essentially is filtering out those people that don't meet the minimum requirement.
Yeah.
It's helping me find more qualified applicants from all the job boards. So it's pulling those people for me, essentially doubling or tripling up your chances of not getting a call. You know, it's adding a lot of competition to the pool. So
Yeah.
on average, for any job post that I have, you're looking at about 100 plus applicants. It's pretty competitive.
Yeah.
So that's why I recommend that quality over quantity is key today. And make sure you follow up. It really makes a difference.
Follow up.
Yeah, a simple phone call gets you a long way.
Wow.
So those two things, you know, if you need some more immediate results, I would absolutely recommend those two things. But you know, we're always available to help people for free. So, you know, whatever people need. Yeah, we actually have a buy one help one program, which is pretty interesting. We actually have for every paid resume that we do, we give one back to the community in some way, shape, or form.
That's
So
great.
we give back to, you know, abused women shelters, at risk youth, to the vets, of course, if they need anything. We'll help them with their resumes, federal or basic resumes. We just partnered with Serving Seniors Downtown, so some of our elderly folk that need some jobs, you know, we're down to help them too.
Yeah.
So, you know, we just gave away a lot to Great Oak High School for their graduating class, their top seniors. So we're just trying to help people get on the right track. There's a lot of outdated resume information out there now, and we just want to kind of battle that and really get people up to date. You know, it's not a mom and pop operation anymore. It's hard to really drop by because they're just going to tell you, apply online, you know.
Yeah.
There's not people really dropping off applications anymore. How many people have a paper application?
See, this is what I was talking about the other day on one of the lives that I was doing recently, and I was explaining to people that, you know, my generation, we did the mom and pops, right? We had the paper resume, and you know, we would drop it off, you know, at the place, or we would talk to someone face to face, that kind of thing. But our generation needs to be in the know, in the now.
Right.
So,
absolutely.
you know, what I was telling the folks here is that we need to learn from millennials, because they grew up already knowing this stuff, right? Which, well, a lot of people don't know about the, you know, tricking the computers thing. That's one thing that's really important to know. But we can learn a lot about, you know, technology and, you know, what to do as far as millennials, because they grew up with all of the computerization and, you know, social medias and all of that stuff, whereas my generation, we did not. So it's kind of, you know, I'm able to learn it, but there's still that kind of, I don't just automatically get it, you know, right away.
Right,
you know?
right. Yeah, you know, fortunately I've been lucky enough to grow up in that generation.
I know.
To where in elementary school we had typing classes, to you know, being able to use Microsoft Word pretty much my whole education. You know, those things have really been game changers, and it's, you know, I've been fortunate enough to know that, and it has been helpful every single day of my career. So
that's great.
You know,
that's great.
But I know that there are people that don't have that, and for us to be able to kind of come into play and help with some of those resources, we, you know, are more than happy to, you know, to be able to edit people's resumes for free or give you that advice so you can do that on your own, or, you know, we have the tools to be able to, or resources to find, you know, teachers for you, or outlets where you can learn these things. Like Serving Seniors has a class for this.
Wow.
You know, and they're just looking to get more people in as well. So, you know, there's definitely outlets where people are eager to teach you these things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, especially in San Diego, it's amazing out here. You know, the opportunities really are, I've found, much more robust compared to what I'm accustomed to in the Bay Area. You know?
Really?
Yeah, with that tech boom, I mean, everything changed, you know. But coming out here, you know, it's amazing. It's very diverse. There's a lot of robust opportunities, and a lot of the industries out here are pretty strong, like the manufacturing industry, financial tech is coming out here now. So, I'm seeing a pretty great influx of jobs here too.
I hope so. We need to get some people in there that can help us out with jobs. Some of those politicians out there.
Yeah, absolutely, always.
Yeah. So here, where you talked a lot about doing the resume. That was really interesting, though. That resume, and tricking the computer and all of that. That was super interesting. And you're also saying that you can help people out in that area, and give them. You're not doing it for them because you don't want to be that person that takes that away from them. You want to give them the tools to be able to do it themselves, right?
Exactly.
Because if you give someone the tools to be able to do it themselves, they can keep doing it more and more, or further,
Exactly.
and learn from that.
Hmm.
So now, there's a lot of things that you do, though. You do a lot.
I do a lot of things.
I'm impressed.
I guess I do a lot of things that I think about.
Yeah.
I'm always working. I work for a caregiving company. That's my 9 to 5 at Love to Live Care Services. I work with A Possibility for Veterans. Hi, Sandy. I work with her with A Possibilities because we help military vets find their service pets, which is huge. So
Yeah,
we work
that's
with the
really
VFW in
good.
Hemet. That's home base, and we built a dog training center there for them as well. And
That's great.
we're just trying to reach out and get people these services. People are eager to help. It's just a matter of knowing and not knowing. So if I can just put the word out there, build some awareness, and really get people some kind of map or resource to get what they're looking for, then
Definitely.
we're more than happy to help.
Yeah, that is so good. So now, in talking about some of these things, do you take volunteers? Maybe somebody out there is listening and they may want to volunteer in the veterans area or some other area that you're involved in, or is there areas in which of course you always know where there's a job opening somewhere. Guys, get a hold of this guy right here if you're watching.
Yeah, if you're looking for jobs, I have people asking me for good people all the time, whether it's in the healthcare industry, manufacturing, whatever it may be, even tech. I think there's some
Yeah.
great people here. I just am looking for you. So if you could reach out to me, so I can really kind of throw your resume in front of people, that would be great. It's just a matter of sending me a resume, and I can go ahead and make sure to let you know what you have to do, really get you in touch with the right people.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah. So you have a fiance.
Right.
You're going to Bali.
Right.
Guys, okay, you need to get with this guy here. You're a true entrepreneur, that's for sure.
Yeah, ever since I saw my dad do it, I just wanted to keep going, and really kind of just keep doing my thing.
Yeah.
So it's really just kind of always been a side hustle, but to actually have one of them where that's actually supporting us on the side, I don't need a 9 to 5, but I love helping people. I'm helping the elderly find their caregivers, their friends, their companions, because I realized personally, my fiance actually worked in an assisted living home back in the Bay Area, and it was just so sad to see how many parents were kind of just thrown by the wayside. Their kids kind of just forget that their parents are growing old while they're growing up. You got to remember that, they took care of you for all of these years.
I know.
I just felt so guilty for them. And I have a soft spot for seniors too, to the effect that even the way that I adopt dogs, I start from the top. Who's your oldest dog? And, let me adopt you. So we adopt senior dogs. But yeah, having a soft spot for seniors, I want to just kind of keep helping them find their friends.
Aw.
It's pretty fun to really get those phone calls,
Yeah.
and they really are like, oh, I love her, please send her back, I want her all of my days. I'm like, well, we'll get you some more friends too. So We can keep doing that, but you know, it's an amazing feeling to be able to help people just come from a place of service, and that's really where I'm at. And I
Right.
guess that's really where I am as an entrepreneur. I mean, I just keep
Yeah.
finding these problems that people are having, and I'm finding ways to fix them, and it kind of just keeps snowballing from there.
Right. Okay. So that's real important, guys. That what he said here is, you know, he sees a problem and he tries to find a solution. Okay, and when someone is an entrepreneur and they're feeling their way through, and I think that comes a lot from, you know, growing up when it's tough, because you have to find a solution, right?
Right.
Otherwise you can get hurt really bad. So, you know, you either learn to be funny and stop whatever's going to hurt you, or you learn how to fight really good or run really fast or whatever.
Right. You figure something out.
You figure something out, and that's the key element right there, is to learn to be this kind of person that, you know, when you go into a situation, you examine it, you look at it, and then you try to make it better. You try to find these solutions that, you know, enable it to grow or whatever it is
Right.
that you do, right? I
Exactly.
think that's really good.
Right? We've even taken that same concept to resumes and really kind of taking it to another level, you know, by changing your resume into an achievement or accomplishment focused resume. It is much better than it used to be. You show that you have some follow through. You get to add some really crucial keywords there that will help you get past the auto rejection.
Yeah.
And it's going to really be that portion you need to impress the hiring manager once it makes it in front of them. So, you know, these are the types of things, you know, seeing where the problems are. When I was
Yeah.
looking at these underqualified people, they just had gaps. They didn't show that they had the follow through. They didn't show that they accomplished anything. I can give you these
Yeah.
tasks, but
Yeah.
are you going to do anything with it? You know, they're just repeating. The big mistake is they're just repeating a lot of the job responsibilities, but I want to know what you did while you did those responsibilities. You know, what kind of
Oh, that's interesting.
quantifiable numbers do you have? Did you raise, you know, profits by 10% annually? Did you do it quarterly? You know, or, you know, did you retain and hire these many people? You know, these are the types of things that
Yeah.
make sense. It's the difference is, can you translate your skills to make sense to their job description?
Yeah.
If it's in their language and they get it, they'll give you a call.
Wow.
hmm
That's interesting. That's really good. If it's in their language and they get it, they'll give you a call.
hmm
And you have to translate it into their language, whatever that job is.
That's exactly it.
Wow. That's good. That's good advice.
Yeah.
Really good.
The tough part is evaluating yourself always, you know, and being able to
Yeah, it
figure
is.
out, how is this worth translating to somebody? You know, should I put this on there? Shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Or how to translate it. It's basically, it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, the resume is that way. So
Right.
there's little things here and there that we tweak for them, but
Mhm.
we'll give you that info for free. You know, we just want you to get that job.
That is
That's
so
it.
good, Marcus. Really, really good. I'm just so like impressed with all that you got going on and what you do for people and your soft spot for elderly people. I really like that. You know, in kind of wrapping it up a little bit, you know, is there anything else that you want to share? Any other information that you want to share, or maybe some? You shared a lot of information and applicable information, which I really like. The thing here, and another thing that I was really talking about on, you know, talking to my folks out here that watch my lives, is that thanks for the likes, you guys. Is that Google gives us so much information that we walk around with these big old Google heads, but humanity gives us the ability to have the wisdom to know how to apply those things by walking alongside of someone, by listening, by caring, and all of that. So, you know, and you said all of that, which was, you know, really impressive, especially a young guy at your age doing all that you do, you know, and you looked for solutions and gaps. You kept saying that a lot. There were gaps, and you filled the gaps. You learned how to find the tweaks in that and fix it. So that was something that you kept saying a lot of, and I was really impressed with that as well. because there's a lot of people that are your age, they don't get that.
Right.
That comes from being, like you said, growing up in this rough part, but also watching your dad probably, and then being in business, learning and failing probably a little bit maybe there.
Of course, I've definitely failed over the years. They've all been learning experiences. For me, I think the reoccurring theme throughout my life has been bridging gaps. Whether it is in high pressure situations, how am I going to bridge this gap and make it through this? Or life, or how am I going to make it financially through this? How am I going to build these gaps?
Yeah.
Same with resumes. I'm constantly just bridging gaps between people's explanation of what they are to hiring managers understanding of what it is that they need to know.
Yeah.
And really just making sure that bridging that gap brings the solutions that we need on all ends. That's kind of just been, I guess, kind of the reoccurring theme between all of the businesses that I've had.
Yeah, that's really good. It's a really, really, really good thing to have. You hear that on most of the, the podcasts that you listen to. These guys are talking a lot about being someone who, is looking at the solution and not being the problem.
Right.
Not being the complainer in there, because the complainer you don't get anywhere with that,
That's exactly it.
But, tweaking it and doing what is needed to get it done or make it move further, right?
Right.
Switching the gears in motion and all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But to see someone to do it at your age, I mean, these are older people that are talking about this stuff, but to see someone at your age do that, that's impressive. Like, that's really, really good.
Thank you.
You got a big head start. Okay? And what's her name? Raquel?
Yeah. Raquel.
Who's watching? You guys got a big head start. I'm really, you guys are going to be awesome. And, I just... so glad you came on the show.
Thank you for having me. It's been amazing. I love it.
Yes. You guys, get with this guy. Afterwards, maybe you can pop up some links in there in the comments and stuff.
Sure.
And I know that a lot of you are going to be watching. She's laughing, Raquel. I know that a lot of you guys are going to be watching the replay on this as well. So, if you're watching the replay, let us know. And, Marcus is always available.
Always.
Get with him, ask him some questions. Maybe he's got some jobs if you're looking for something, and definitely help with resumes.
Of course.
But in the closing, I always like to end with something, that to leave someone, with a good thought. And look at Raquel's on it. She is on it.
That's my boss.
She's leaving the links already. In closing, and wanting to leave the people, with something that is maybe important to you, some type of value system that you have that you want to, bring to the table, something maybe, you've said some things that are vulnerable and things like that, but what would you want to say in closing? Think about that for a little bit.
I would say don't sell yourself short with anything. With your resume, with the jobs that you're applying for. Definitely apply to jobs that you feel are really you're underqualified for. You'd be surprised how qualified you are for these jobs.
No way.
These people that got jobs at National Geographic, Facebook, Apple, Bluebeam, Kaiser, all these places as really high positions, never thought they'd get that job.
Really?
Because the market beats you up. You're surrounded by negativity every single day, every single direction. And you have to be ready for that. Understand it's going to be there, but know that you are qualified. Don't ever short sell yourself. Don't undervalue yourself. Like, just have the confidence to really put your best foot forward.
Yeah.
Cater that resume. Show off in your resume your experience. If you worked it,
Yeah.
it counts. You know, if
Yeah.
you had a horrible job, make sure those years count for something. You
Okay,
know,
yeah,
it's
that's good advice.
never ever short sell yourself with anything.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd be where I am, and here I am, you know.
Oh
I
my
never thought I'd make it
gosh,
out
I
of the Bay.
know.
Now I'm in San Diego, and me and Raquel are going to hopefully be moving out of the country in the next 2 to 3 years as well. So
Wow.
it's just, you know, just go for it and never sell yourself short, because you can
Never
absolutely
sell
do
yourself
it.
short, you guys. Never sell yourself short. That's really good. Such good. I'm so blessed to have you, Marcus. You gave a wealth of information, values to the table right here. It's just really, really good. And I hope you guys enjoyed this out there. I know you guys did. But you know what? Share this information.
Yes, please.
You know, I don't know if you're like me, but I'm in this group right now, and I don't want to share it because I'm like getting so much out. I don't want anyone else to know. But don't do that. You know, share it out because you know what you are getting inside, like what I'm getting from this group that I'm in is just incredible. And you know, I pop on my live feeds and I'm just giving it out. Me sharing it and letting people know where to go for this group isn't going to take away from me. So, you know, in fact, it's just going to probably move me further. So think of it like that, okay? You know, so don't hoard information and valuable stuff that you can bring, you know, out to your community and or to your families, friends, and people like that. I know, because I always want to do that. I wanna, if I see a nice dress shop or something like that, I'm like, no, I'm not going to tell no one where I got this.
No, we're just here to help. You know, if you have anyone that needs a job, is stuck in the job market, you know, just needs to make some progress there, we're here to help for free. You know, we just want to give you some kind of progress, and if you can just give us some feedback, that's all we want. And if you really want us to do your resume after all of that, then we can do that.
That's great. That is awesome.
Thank you so much for having me.
No,
This has been a great session.
Yeah. So, anyways, you're going to come back, right? You're going to come back with the.
Yeah, I have a lot of people that want to be here.
You still got more stuff to tell us.
I got a wealth of information for you.
Yes, with the veterans company and that type of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is going to be great, Marcus.
We'll make it happen, definitely.
All right. So we're going to peace out for now, guys. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
And you know, again, share, and Marcus's fiance has left a link in there for you guys to find where he's at, and I know that's going to be great stuff because I know I got a son that I want to hook you up with.
Hey, you let me know. We got him.
Guys, thanks for watching, and we're going to peace out. Bye.